Hey guys, today's video is on the crime genre and how two different film theories fit into it. I've chosen 3 different films to reference and they are An Inspector Calls, Fargo and Chinatown. All excellent films which you should definitely watch if you haven't. Now the key aspects of a crime film are, you probably guessed, having some sort of crime committed. Now classic routes to go down include following the detective investigate, such as in Shutter Island, or following the story of the criminals, such as the Godfather trilogy. It's an extremely popular genre, with its latest success being 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which just bagged itself a BAFTA for Best Picture and 7 Oscar nominations. The point is that crime films can be very different, but there will always be that similarity. Now, without giving away too many spoilers, the plots for my 3 films are: in An Inspector Calls, one upper-class snobby family gets a visit from an inspector claiming that a young girl has killed herself and that the family are responsible. The story follows each of the family members as they discover the part they played. Fargo is about a man who hires 2 hitmen to kidnap his wife so that his rich father-in-law will pay the ransom, with the money eventually ending up in his hands. However, this does not go according to plan. My final film, Chinatown, is about a private investigator who uncovers a big scandal from investigating one woman's husband. All are very excellent films who exploit the crime genre in very different ways. On to Todorov's theory of narrative. Tsvetan Todorov was a Bulgarian-French theorist, amongst many other things, but we're just going to look at his narrative theory for today. The theory states that a film always has 5 definitive stages. 1. An equilibrium. 2. A disruption to the equilibrium. 3. Recognition that the disorder has occurred. 4. Attempt to repair the damage. And 5. Return to a new equilibrium. Now this is an old theory, but it can fit modern films. However, when I tried to fit it into the films that I'd chosen, I struggled a bit. However, it was possible with a bit of bending around. Chinatown fits in like this. 1. It shows the day-to-day business of a private investigator named Jake Gittes. 2. Evelyn Mulray comes to his office to ask why someone pretended to be her, but then asks Jake to investigate her husband Hollis. 3. Jake uncovers a big scandal and realises the scale of what he's found. However, he continues to investigate. 4. He tries to bring justice to the situation by attempting to expose the appropriate people. 5. He fails in his task and must now return to his normal life. The last film is Fargo, and this fits the theory like this. 1. It starts in a little American town with people going about their business. 2. Jerry hires 2 hitmen to kidnap his wife so his rich father-in-law will pay the ransom. 3. The hitmen are a little hard to control as they start killing people, so the police get involved and start investigating. 4. Jerry tries to get in contact with the kidnappers, who at this point have turned on each other. 5. The lead detective catches the kidnappers and uncovers the whole operation. Now that's how the films fit into Todorov, but what about props? Vladimir Prop came up with this theory to describe Russian folktales in the simplest way possible. It says that there are always the same 8 characters in every film or story. I heavily disagree with this theory, as I believe it's old and outdated. However, I will discuss it. The 8 different characters are the hero, the princess's father, the donor, the dispatcher, the helper, the villain, and the false hero. Now in An Inspector Calls, the whole family come under the villain category, as they all cause the princess pain, and the inspector is the hero as he is trying to get justice for the princess, with Daisy/Eva being the princess. Now I'd like to say that because Chinatown has more characters, that there's more variety. However, one character fills 3 of the different roles, and that's Evelyn, who is the princess, the donor, and the dispatcher, as she not only needs saving, she also sends the hero on his mission and gives him helpful information. The hero is obviously Jake, as the story focuses on him, and the villain is Noah Cross, as he is behind all of the upset and criminal activity. Fargo is a bit different to the other films, as our hero is a woman. Yes, this story's hero is police detective Marge Gunderson, as she is trying to save the princess, Jean Lundegaard, whose husband is the false hero, as he pretends to know nothing when he's behind it. The princess's father, which is a role that other films couldn't fill, is Wade, who actually is the princess's father, so that fits rather well. Well, that's all we've got time for. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something.